Today's video is about working on the floor of this trailer. I mean, it's a storage trailer. It's not meant for being over the road hauling freight. It's a Ginby trailer. I mean, it's old. It's what, 50 some years old. Let me see, what is this? 2 of 74, so 74 to 22, that's 20, 30, 40, 48-year-old trailer. And what has happened is there's some holes in the floor. Now, we're not fixing it like an over-the-road trailer. Normally I would cut the floor out, the wooden floor, and then go ahead and put wooden floor back in it. But being this is a storage trailer and it only goes to dock, and it may sit there for years or months or weeks or days, we don't know, until they turn it back in. So we're not going to spend a lot of money putting wooden floor in when we can go ahead and put a patch over the hole, a steel plate, and screw it down. As you can see, in an earlier video I said about the mud flap brackets. I did get the reflectors in on the truck and went ahead and put them on, and I think that looks pretty good. But we're going to go ahead and climb up in this antique trailer. It's actually older than my Kenworth here. My Kenworth's an 88 and this trailer's a 74. But I don't have any other vehicle to bring the stuff up, so I used the KW to bring all the parts and tools that I need. Unfortunately, it's kind of tight in the cab. As you can see right there, I got some steel plates, and I got a 1/2-inch impact, a drill, and in that bag I got all the accessories I need for those items. So I'm gonna stop the video right here and go ahead and climb up in that trailer and set everything up. I'm going to get tools and everything and the camera set up, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Okay, for yins, or you all, or how you want to say it, that are actually over the road with a drive-in. I know there's an echo in the trailer here. I can't do anything about that because I am inside the trailer. I mean, it's only like a 45-footer. But for the ones that are out there over the road or even local, and you wind up pulling a drive-in with a wooden floor, and actually some reefers too, you might be able to do this with. I've never tried it on a reefer, so I don't know how well this would work. But as a temporary fix until you get home or someplace that you can actually have somebody cut these boards out and replace them the right way, you can actually do this just so you can get loaded in that. And I have a steel plate here. It's 3/16 inch thick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it down over this hole and make sure it's actually past all the holes. Now these boards here are good. It's these two. So what I need to do is make sure it's past the holes on all directions. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and I normally will I'm going to screw it down to the cross members the best I can. I'm going to try and center it a bit, so when I put the bolts in through the cross members, it'll actually hold this plate where it can't go anywhere. And if you're doing it as a temporary fix until you get home, you want to make sure you only drill through the boards that you're going to be replacing. Because if you drill through the other ones, then when you go to take the screws back out and get the floor or the plate back up to do it, you're going to have holes in the other boards that are good that you're not replacing. And what I do here, I like these drill bits. I'm hoping it shows up on camera here. These drill bits, you see how this one has flat spots on it? I like these drill bits better than the others because they won't slip in the chuck of the drill, where the perfectly round ones where it goes in the chuck, well, I have had them slip in the drills. So I just go ahead and just like any other time you put a drill bit in, I make sure that it goes in and the flat spots are on the jaws and tighten it down. And then, I mean, the rest of this is fairly simple. One of the things you want to look at before you drill, you want to see where the other screws are that are already in here so you don't hit them. If you have something like a marker, it's good to mark the boards where the screws are so you don't hit them. Now I carry some screws, 4 screws here, and luckily I also carry a marker in with my 4 screws. These screws do the same through the floor. The wooden floor is what these are designed for. I like them because they will go through the plate, through the wood, and into the cross member like you do when you do a wooden floor. So, like I said, you want to make sure you don't hit the present screws. So, if you just mark where the present screws are before you lay the board down, you won't be hitting the present screws. Sometimes it's a little hard to see where the screws are, especially on these older floors. And if I had a vehicle that I could actually drive up here, like my bus that you would have seen in the other videos, I would have a broom and I could sweep this all up and make it a whole lot neater. But one hole's here, one hole's here. So as long as I'm on this board that has no holes and I go past these and I come past onto this wood, I'll be fine. So like I said, I got the marks down and it's just simple drilling, putting the screws in and not hitting the other screws. And it helps if you have a good sharp drill bit. And also I use antifreeze when I'm putting the wooden floor in. And I should have brought some for this, but I didn't even think about it. And some people will actually bevel the holes. If I was actually doing this to keep a shipper happy, I would probably have a unibit and I'd probably go ahead and bevel the holes so the screws don't stick down. I should have said stick up, I'm sorry. They're not sticking up that much, but they're not going to be sliding stuff in here more than likely, like some of the shippers will if you got a floor load. And like I said, this is just a storage trailer, so it's not like it's going up and down the road all the time. And if you're worried about the center of the cross member, you can use the other screws that are already in the boards to line up with, so you don't hit the center of the cross member, because if you hit the center of the cross member, chances are you're going to have a problem because you're not going to be able to drill down through it. If you ever look underneath your drive in, you'll notice the cross members are built like an I-beam. And some people think the faster you drill is going, the quicker you'll drill. That's not always the case. Sometimes slow is quicker and better. And it also saves on the drill bits. Once I hit the wood, I can speed up. And you just put the screws in and tighten them down. And I'm going to be putting about 3 screws in this side, and then I'm going to do about 3 screws over here at this other cross member, and that's the temporary fix. So I'm not going to show you me doing every screw. I made the same procedures you just seen. As you can see, I got the screws in there. That plate isn't going anywhere because those screws are down through the cross members. And I know I didn't show you putting every screw in, but it was the same as the first 1 and 2. But that's it. That's a good temporary fix with 3 by 3/16 plate to get you guys home or whatever you need to, where your drivers, however you want to put it. And like I said, on an over-the-road trailer, this is a temporary fix. So I know some of you guys and girls out there are really tight on money, but on an over-the-road trailer, this is not a permanent fix, because on a dry van trailer, the floor, the wooden floor, is part of your structural integrity on the trailer. Patching a hole or two like this till you can get home and get it done a lot cheaper than out on the road works, and allows you to get loaded or unloaded until you can get home. I know one owner operator, they'll put these plates in on his over-the-road trailer, and he'll have them in there for a month before he actually gets the trailer back and gets the floor done the right way. I hope this helps all you drivers out there that are pulling dry vans and that. And go ahead and click that subscribe and the bell button for the next video that I put up. But everybody out there, have a better day.